Hey guys, and welcome to my live letter summary for patch 7.3, which launches in early August. Live letter started with Yoshi P talking about recent bug fixes requiring the server to be taken down, saying that the team grew bigger and that existing processes didn't fully work, and they do intend to work on them and deliver fun and engaging content and will strive to do better. They then immediately dived into Cult Crescent feedback as well as Cosmic Exploration feedback, and I did a separate video on that is under 4 minutes long on that I will keep in the description and pinned comment, kept it concise as possible. Patch 7.3 will include the standard MSQ. Interesting to note that Sphene has a book in the preview image. Following the MSQ, there will be a brand new dungeon added called the Meso Terminal. There will now be a new normal and extreme trial. No preview image was given other than the statue from Living Memory location. There will be a new Unreal trial of Seiryu Unreal from Stormblood. There will be a new Allied Society called the Yok Huy added, which will be related to crafter quests, and they showed off what may one day be a potential mount and minion from the Allied Society. They will be expanding the Hildibrand quest line with inconceivably further Hildibrand adventures. There will be the second installment of the FF11 Alliance Raid series Echoes of Vana'diel, and this time it's Sandoria the Second Walk. They will be adding a brand new treasure dungeon called Vault Oneiron. Apparently they have new minigames here in Vault Oneiron to try out. Duty support was added for the dungeon Cutter's Cry. For player versus player, Series 9 will begin, and there is a new conflict arena called the Bayside Battleground that was added. I actually really find this pretty. I like it a lot. It reminds me of home. So pretty. The developers then announced that you can now duo queue in casual PvP mode, which is actually awesome and cannot be understated how important and great this is. We've been asking for this for years. This is fantastic. I'm simply glad that I'm not going to have to try and queue snipe my friends. They added new conflict ranks for Omega and Ultima. You can lose Rising Stars in Diamond, however, above Diamond rank you can lose the rank. For the final 3 ranks, including the new Omega and Ultimate rank, your rank is determined by your PvP credit. Cosmic exploration on the moon is now done, and now we are going to a new planet called Flatulence, which honestly has a very unique aesthetic and smell most likely, and I am very glad to see this and not smell this. So now no more moon. Instead we are going to planet Flatulence, and we can enhance the Cosmic Tool relic weapons more there. And they said that there will be more rewards added, and we can also still earn the same rewards and recognition as we could on the moon here on planet Flatulence. Next up, we get the next set of steps for the Tomestone weapons. They mentioned nothing, so let's all just save 1500 Tomestones. Next, they talked about what a deep dungeon is. For the sake of this video and keeping it short, I'm not going to go into detail about that. It's most likely if you're here, you know exactly what a deep dungeon is. There, I shaved off like a good 3-4 minutes there. Then they announced a new deep dungeon called Pilgrim's Traverse, and to access it, you need to finish the Endwalker, not Dawntrail, Endwalker main story quest and reach floor 50 of Palace of the Dead, the deep dungeon from A Realm Reborn. You need to be at least level 91 on the jobs to enter. Yes, you can use this content to level. You access it by talking to someone in Il Smeg. They added something unique to this deep dungeon where after you complete the deep dungeon on floor 99, that floor 99 boss battle will now be accessible from outside of the dungeon at the dungeon entrance, talking to that same pixie. And then this is going to take you to a harder version of that battle, and it is intended for a full party of 4, so probably not solo content, although I'm sure that a few warriors will try. Chat bubbles have been added to Final Fantasy XIV after years and years and years, and when Fire Dancer was banned from the game for having chat bubbles on his stream, and finally chat bubbles are here. It's an optional setting, disabled by default. You can change the font color, change the bubble color for each chat mode type if you want. You can also disable it during battle or PvP. There's a lot of options in here that you can customize it exactly how you want your chat bubbles. Oh my god, wait a second. So they finally added more hats for Hrothgar. Okay, sorry. I need to actually be really excited about this because, like, oh my god. Did you see how good the Bard hat looks on him? Oh my god, I love this feature. Okay, so this is something that I'm actually really excited about. So yeah, Hrothgars can actually use more hats, and this is something that I will fully support. Oh my god, I'm so happy. I'm not gonna lie, like, even like a little bit ago, people were talking about Time Mage and how the Time Mage hat would float above Hrothgar, and I want to smack the people and just be like, shush, 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 shush. No, don't tell them. Just smack away the hat. Just smack away their Twitter posts. Just be like, shush. At least we could have the hat. At least we could equip it. Oh my fucking god. I am so happy about this. Like, sorry, okay. This is just such good news. Oh my god. And oh yeah, like VR can use it too, but like as a Hrothgar player who hasn't been able to use hats and who talks to people who actually don't play Hrothgar almost explicitly because they can't wear hats, oh my god, this is so good! You also now have the option to hide your Viera ears if you want. You also have the option to either show or hide your character's hair, like the bangs of your hair, if you want or not, which is also another great feature. To me at least, it looks way more natural. The next thing that they talked about was a whiteboard feature. To be quite clear, and they made it very clear, this is for patch 7.4 and not a patch 7.3 thing. They're still working on implementing it, but they want to raise this as something that they're currently working on because this is such a, I'll be quite honest, quite a profound feature, especially when you consider that there is so much raiding content in this game, whether it be Savage or Ultimate raids, and heaven knows that if you're into the raiding scene, you've probably seen toolboxes or been given a toolbox link. So this is actually pretty monumental news, to say the least. But again, just to reiterate, this is 7.4, not 7.3. As you can see, there is a bunch of different markers that you can show. Obviously, you have the little tiles and the icons representing each of your players. And like, there's just a whole lot of features in here. We can see things like presets. We can see like mechanics, even like the Protean baits you can see here. Actually, that's alongside the middle of the arena being cleaved. It's almost like M5S with the like frogs, but I don't think that that's obviously what we're doing here, but it reminds me of it at least. Other things about the whiteboard is they are considering other functionalities to it, like display the board where desired, including during battle, or to highlight specified jobs if you want to like really highlight that, ability to set up multiple schemes for a single duty, and then most importantly to share with others. Okay, so that last one I think is probably the most critical thing, is the ability to like import and export like these and share it around, especially with raid group. In fact, I would say that it's almost essential, and dare I say that almost having an import export code would actually be revolutionary. Like, let's say, for anyone who plays Hearthstone, you know that you can export a deck code, and then there's just various websites that you can look at, and you can get a particular code and import that code. I really do believe for the future of this whiteboard that that would be the most awesome thing. And, I mean, Hearthstone has literally been doing that for bajillion years right now, and I can't say enough how useful that would be here. But I'm talking way too much about this. I actually think that this is a revolutionary feature, especially with how much raiding is prevalent in this game. It's really important. Like, imagine that you have like a console player in your static, and yeah, there's obviously console players and stuff like that, and that you could like just forward them a code or something, and then in the game, without them accessing their phone, that they could literally just open up the raid plan and see it on their big screen. Oh my god, dude, that would be so much cooler. Anyhow, too much commentary. Take care, everyone. Let me know what you think in the comments. Yay, Hrothgar hats.